It is September when we celebrate Heritage Month in this country. And it is a question in terms of what legacy are we building as individuals, as leaders. When I say leader, and I call you a leader, what does that conjure up in your mind? Do you embrace that title, and why do you embrace it?
Isn't it amazing that today the father that gave us this democracy is known everywhere else in the world as Nelson Mandela? Cities are named after him, freedoms of most metropolitans have been given to him. There's a university, streets, etc. And yet when he was born, he was Kholihlahla. His own teacher said it will be less Nelson, because our God will not be able to pronounce Kholihlahla. That a lot of us are born Bonang, and the very priests who are supposed to pray for us say, but Jesus won't be able to pronounce Bonang, therefore I'll give you a new Christian name. You'll be known as Donatilius Francis of Assisi, that we have forgotten about Nontsikelelo. But we talk about this amazing warrior of a woman by her English name. We spoke about Mangaliso. The world knows him as Robert. And we haven't really owned the strength in our name. If your name is Sipho, which means gift, if a white person said to you Sifo, which means a disease, you can see how just by focusing and hearing and listening to what our forebears were trying to say to us, not only about our potential, but about our own provenance in our names, and yet we have forsaken all of that. To me, I think that's the beginning of leadership. So when one thinks of this word leadership, it's much more profound than just management. It's about being genuinely obsessed with the development of others. It's about creating movement. It's about influence. It's about choosing whether you are going to use positional power or whether you are going to be a force for good, because once you have tasted significance, importance no longer matters. Because we choose to be what type of leaders? Some of us, we want to be decisive, we want to be charismatic, some of us want to be consultative and participative. Some of us, I think, are humbled by the fact that we have an opportunity to say, can I spend my first third of my life learning and reading, so that I can spend the middle third of my life earning to get a bit of money, because it allows us to do stuff, so that the last third of my life I can spend it sharing what I've learned, sharing what I know, lifting as I rise, but also being concerned about what type of legacy I'm going to leave, so that on a composite basis you leave this world much better than you found it in. That the only impact you can have is with other human beings. It's about recognizing humanity in oneself before you can see it in others. And once you see it in others, you palette, highlight, and celebrate this, because there is indeed a miracle in every single solitary one of us. Because the Bible said we're all created equal in God's image. So how then can you say, I am a Christian, and still have supported apartheid for 350 years?